Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is going to be an April Aries reading. And for April, the spread that I'm using is my Lenormand 9 grid, although I'm not using the Lenormand. I'm using whatever decks I'm called to. So for this reading, for the grid, for Aries, I'm using my combined historical fashion and timber and playing card double deck. And for an oracle card for what the reading is about, the overall topic, icebreaker, I'm using my phrase deck. So got that. I've got these cleared and shuffled, so I'm going to lay out these cards. Considering that I thought I was going to be using the historical fashion cards, there's a lot of those Tim Burton ones that popped out. This one, this one. Alright. I think that's better. Alright. Find out what we got in a minute. Alright, let's see what this is about. What's it all about, Alfred? I don't know if I got stuck but didn't actually fall out. Nuclear fallout. I guess this brown one that popped out because it matches the cards. What are we doing, Aries? Oh, I do want to say before I start flipping any of these over that April has a number 4 in front of it, which is representative of the Emperor. There's masculine energy being worked on. March was number 3, so it was all about Empress and feminine energy being worked on. Now, Mars... Oh my god, I already said that wrong. At the beginning of April, for at least a week or a couple weeks or maybe even 3 weeks, because I haven't looked at the movements, Venus, the feminine, and the Sun, one of the versions of the masculine, are both going to be in Aries. So there's this, Aries is getting sort of like a triple dose of whatever's going down in March. Potentially, but we'll see what the reading plays out. So let's see what this is about. Are they poisonous? 187. When we see the 187 here, it reminds me immediately, I'm thinking of Demolition Man, where they kept getting a code 187. They were like, 187? What's 187? And it was murder, death, kill. Because Wesley Snipes' character kept killing people. And they hadn't seen a murder in like 20 years. So we have, are they poisonous? You know, it's like, do you have cooties? I don't know if I want you around here. Let me see what's going on. Let me flip these over first. Queen of Cups inverted. I feel like I just saw that. Queen of Cups inverted. What's her energy? Oh, Gemini and Cancer. Okay. Seven of Wands. Upright. So this is Mars in Leo. I feel like Aries' reading is really similar to Pisces' reading. At least I think it was Pisces. Maybe, no. Yeah, I think it was. Seven of Wands smack dab in the middle. It's I'm standing up for what I believe in, but it's also like I'm not letting my guard down. Right? It's like I'm on the defense. I'm not, you can't come in here. No girls allowed. You don't have the password to this party. So I have 9 of Cups upright. Interesting. 13 breaking down to 4. And of course 9 and 4 again is 13, but if I subtract the 4, it's 5 of Cups. That feeling of being left out. Well, who's left out if you're not letting them in? Open the door and let them in. So 9 of Cups. There's that Piscean energy, Jupiter and Pisces. There was a lot of Piscean energy flapping around in the planetary positions, at least in March, and possibly continuing in April, but I wasn't supposed to be looking up all the stuff. Oh, let me flip over these other cards. Ace of Wands. Six of Wands. Interesting, because the Ace and the 6 together is the 7. This is Jupiter and Leo. It's Mars and Leo, and then this is all of the fire together. So what's the difference between Mars and Jupiter? It's like the difference is the sun. Let me finish this. So you have the King of Wands. Okay. 7 of Cups inverted. Venus in Scorpio. Six of Pentacles. The Moon in Taurus. Which is interesting because Taurus is ruled by Venus, and then the Moon is another aspect of the feminine. And then this other card is the 10 of Swords inverted. The Sun in Gemini. So what was the other Gemini card? Was it this one? No. Must have been the Queen? Yeah, the Queen. So Queen of Cups inverted. 10 of Swords inverted. Okay, so she's not out of power. She's in the interior. She's in the mirror world. But what's interesting is that in the mirror world, the masculine is inverted. But all these other cards are feminine. Have feminines on them. This to me is like the feminine aspect of the masculine and the feminine herself are on equal give and take with each other. Here, they're not equal. Someone's winning. With this King of Wands, it's like the masculine and the feminine's masculine side. Again, one of them is winning, and here it looks like the masculine is winning something. But there's an emotional thing where it looks like this king is not winning. And I feel like this queen in the internal isn't actually the feminine. This is the masculine's feminine aspect. This is like, if I let you in, we could be on equal footing. But it has to come from for some reason, it has to come from a feminine space. This Ten of Swords, again, we see one feminine seated, although here it looks more like a throne. Like it's more of a chaise than a common chair. Ten of Swords inverted is like breaking down the overkill. Although if we're talking about this internal mirror world, it's overkill, but the Seven of Cups is sort of like distraction. Right? Some people say it's options, but it's, for me, it's like too many things. Right? I'm going to maintain my... It's like I'm going to maintain my superiority by not letting you into my heart, and the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to throw so many arrows, so many daggers at you that you're distracted by which one's coming next, so that you don't notice that I'm not emotionally centered. But what's interesting is that if both parties become aligned in their feminine energy, there's this sort of core truth in identity, which results in this sort of dream state, right? It's like I'm dreaming of achieving, like I'm dreaming of winning you as a prize, but I don't want to let you in because I feel like you might come in and cut my hair at night, and then I'll be weak, sort of Samson style situation there. It's like, are you gonna give me a rum and cyanide when I'm not looking? Like, are you gonna poison ivy, poison kiss me, and then I'm gonna die? It's like, is my being the king of an empty castle and not letting anybody in more toxic than having a fulfillment of somebody else? And this is not saying that, woman good, man bad. There's some of this has to do with the patriarchy, and some of it has to do with individual distortions at the framework of the patriarchy, sort of generational training to compete. And there's a lot of it in the feminine side too, because it's like, oh, we're women, we're supposed to stick together, we're supposed to stand up for each other. Meanwhile, there's this sort of competition. And I think the reason, especially we have a King of Wands here, is because there's the aspect of Aries that is warring. It's like, I'm gonna set you up, I'm gonna attack you, I'm going to take what I want. But the other aspect of the Martian energy is discussion, discourse, mediation, right? Six of Pentacles is the masculine energy's open heart chakra, and it's also that having a stable material platform to be generous to others. And what's interesting is that we have green, both of these feminine energies wearing green. And the red there for the root, but also just the hearts in general. How much time have I got? So I don't think people should take this as this like anti-masculine thing. The reason that this is happening is because the masculine energy has been sort of, the crap icing on a distortion cake for millennia, and it's individually people are saying, I don't want this cycle anymore. So there are these really intense situations where the really skewed polarity, like, we're not going to put extra weights on this side. We're going to have a balance so that when the feminine energy comes up and down, the masculine energy comes up and down. And that way you end up having this fun seesaw game where you see things from different perspectives as you move up and down on your side of the teeter. You know, in that sense, there's movement. Whereas if someone just weighs it all down and saying, "Oh, look at me, I'm way up here," it's like, aren't you a piece of crap for not being high up in the air? It's again, it changes so that there's a back and forth, there's a fluid movement. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So if you want to get a personal reading, you can. I'm gonna get my sign in here. Oh, that's not a good angle for that. Oh my god, my stand is so soggy. I gotta tighten it up somehow. It's also doing this weird drift now. Oh, you bastard. Okay. Alright, so all of the readings that I have for sale are going to be listed in the description box underneath this video. If you'd like to help keep this channel chunking along, you can energy exchange. What's it called? Donation, tip jar, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. But if you want stuff for your money, I have plenty of stuff. So I've got coloring books and a dark poetry book over here. I've got merch and prints and actual art items. So I've got flat things, paintings, watercolor, drawing, and etching. I have some of these Ferrum Lotus. I have a couple of plushies. I've got a couple of spare doll parts that I didn't make but are over there. I've got my chapbook packs. It's like a synchronicity stimulus pack. It's like throwing down a few cards. There's images, there's writing, and there's numbers if you can read my handwriting. So that's on Etsy. And I've got some social media. So if you follow my social media, you can you'll be able to see some of those different things that I've got for sale when I do my ads on a regular basis. And so everything's through the link tree, linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. I'm going to be donating 10% of certain prints and artworks to charity until I can afford more percentage, which is going to be awesome. And I think that's it. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.